I am so excited because it means that we are ready to kick off the 2021-22 Women's Future Leadership Academy. Thank you so much to all of you who have joined. I see some familiar names here in the participants room, and I see some new names. But we are, again, so glad to bring this program back bigger and better this year. I'm Christy Advice. I work for Junior Achievement of New Jersey. I am the Director of Education, and I have the best job in the whole organization because I get to do this. And I get to meet such fabulous young women such as yourselves. So if you are just joining, please feel free to say hello in the chat room. We have moved our program to Zoom this year. Before we used WebEx. This year we're using Zoom. So this is my first time using Zoom. So far so good, right? But I would love your feedback if you think that this works, if it's helpful, if there's anything that would make it easier for you. I see a couple of stuff in the chat room about sharing this program with your friends or classmates. There is no limit to the amount of students that can participate, and the bigger our network is, the better it is. So please feel free to share the information about the Women's Future Leadership Academy with your friends, with your classmates. The best way to get information is on our website, janjacademy.org, and you see it posted down there at the bottom of your screen. So that is a website that I am constantly updating. It really is the best place to get up-to-the-minute information and the links to register. Now, students can register for as many sessions as they like. If you register and are not able to attend, that's totally fine. We are recording all the sessions. So if you're unable to join us at that 5 p.m. time, I know that might be tricky for some people if you've got after school activities. You can always check in and watch the recording later. As we move forward throughout the year, we're going to continue to be flexible with this program like we were last year. So if it looks like there's a different time that might work better for everybody, or maybe we'll add additional times, we're going to do that. We're going to work with you throughout the year to make sure that this program really is able to meet as many students as possible. And again, to help us all develop that confidence, those leadership skills, those career skills that will help us reach our goals in the future. So we are so excited to kick off our very first program today. This is really a student-led program, which I think is fantastic. We will bring in our fantastic volunteer mentors and speakers during the year, but we're kicking it off just with another student program because I think it's just so fabulous. And our students have been doing some great things last year and over the summer that we're going to focus on. So that said, a little bit about today's agenda. Let's see, I just lost all the participants. Here we are. Okay. Here's me giving our introduction. And then we're going to hand it over to some of our students, our student ambassadors who are doing some really great things in their communities, putting their leadership to action, finding purpose and passion, even during the pandemic. Then I'll turn it over to my colleague, Tracy, who's going to have a little career conversation with us. She's fantastic. I asked her to come and speak today because she's got some great information to share, and she has a really, really cool job with Junior Achievement. Then we're going to go into some breakout sessions. We'll probably go into maybe 2 or 3 small groups where we'll get to have a conversation, and very informal conversation talking about what maybe things that you're passionate about. And then we'll bring it all back together a little bit before 6 for some closing remarks and final thoughts. So with that said, I would like to turn it over. Oh, first, I'm going to talk about some of the upcoming sessions that we have. So we have, again, our sessions are Wednesdays at 5, just about every Wednesday. There's some Wednesdays that we skip a week, but we may be filling in additional programs. Next week, October 6th, we have a special session about preparing for college. And this is what a lot of our students, a lot of the feedback we got from our students who we spoke to over the summer about what things you want to talk about this year. So October 6th, if you're thinking about college, even if you're just a freshman or a sophomore, this is a great session for you because we have an expert from ETS who's going to really walk us through the application process and how to write a great essay Her tips are going to be fantastic, helpful for all of you. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the FAFSA. So if you've never heard about that, that's the free application for federal student aid. Everybody has to fill that out, whether or not you think you're going to be able to get financial aid or not. It's a little complicated form, especially if you're new to it. So we're going to walk you through a little bit so you can get an idea of what that looks like when it's time to fill out that application for student aid. October 13th, we're going to talk about building your brand. A lot of you, again, said that you want to learn how to create a great LinkedIn page. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about resumes. October 20th, goal setting for success. This has a little bit of a different twist than our goal setting for success programs that we've had in the past. One student last year created a vision board, which I thought was really cool. So we're going to talk about vision boards and how that can help you set and achieve your goals, whether they're short-term goals or long-term goals. October 27th, we have a session about professional business communication. So how to speak professionally in the workplace setting, whether it be through emails or speaking or writing. A great skill, and all employers are looking for people who are good communicators. New this year, many of you earned your certificate of leadership last year for your above and beyond participation in the academy. This year, we are offering a digital badge for career readiness. Now, if you've never heard of digital badges, they're really cool. A lot of colleges and universities give them. And it really is like a micro-credential that you can post on your LinkedIn page or that you can add to your resume or college application. It's a digital badge for career readiness. And it's a really great way to show people in your network or people that you're looking to network with that you've earned those career readiness skills. And again, the qualifications to do that are to attend 5 or more sessions. It could be anytime throughout the year between now and June. 5 or more sessions, complete a post-event survey, which you'll see that pop up on your screen at the end of our session today. This could be the first post-event survey that you do. It just kind of measures your knowledge gain, what you learned from the session, and then submit a final project. And your final project can really be whatever you want it to be. We want you to have fun with that and be flexible with that. More information on how to earn the digital badge for career readiness will be posted on our website. So please look out for that. And again, our website, janjacademy.org, is really the place where you can get all of the updated information, find out how you can become more involved in the academy, register for upcoming sessions, share them with your friends, and learn how to earn that digital badge. I haven't posted that yet, so if you go there right now and look for that, it's not up there yet, but it will be, I promise you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the chat room, or you can always email me, and we are happy to do that. Now, I also saw that our other intern, Sanjana, has joined. And Sanjana, if you don't mind, I know you're really good being put on the spot. So Sanjana, would you mind, since you're here, can I ask you to quickly introduce yourself and talk about a little bit about where you go to school and what you're doing for junior achievement as an intern?
Absolutely. Thank you, Christy, for the intro. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. I'm Sanjana. I go to Drexel University. I'm a sophomore, just like Kayla, and I'm kind of in the same boat as her. It's kind of weird adjusting to in-person class, but it's nice to be on campus and to actually be able to be in person. And in terms of JA, I've only been interning for a few months, but I've definitely done a lot in that time. I worked with the Women's Future Leadership Academy, and I'm excited to be returning soon with that. But one of my main jobs is as the fireside chat coordinator, where I get to interview a lot of really cool people who work in various industries and are professionals. And you can go check out those interviews that I do with them on JA's YouTube page.
Right, excellent. Thank you, Sanjana. And if any of you are wondering, wow, how can I get to be a JA intern? That sounds like a really cool job. Well, our interns are all graduates of our program called High School Heroes. So we have a program called High School Heroes where students like you act as mentors teaching JA's curriculum in your school district to children in your community. So if you'd like to learn more about our High School Heroes initiative, that will allow you to maybe one day participate as an intern for us, again, please let us know. Junior Achievement is so much more than just the Women's Future Leadership Academy. Again, all of our programs are free and they are all open to all New Jersey students. So please reach out to me or Sanjana or Kayla or any of us at JA if you'd like additional information. Okay, so without further ado, I am going to stop sharing this screen right here. All right, and again, I'm new to, okay, there we go. I am new to Zoom, so we're all kind of, you're kind of part of my pilot here. And I'm going to turn it over to our first student speaker, Leah Garcia, who is going to talk a little bit about some amazing things that she is doing. And I'm going to share her presentation right here. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, can everybody see that?
Yes, we can. I can see it.
All right, fantastic. So Leah, I turn it over to you and please let me know how I can advance your slides here.
Okay, perfect. Hello, beautiful ladies and leaders. My name is Leah Garcia, and today we're going to be learning about discovering your passion and purpose. So let's go into the next slide, please. So a little bit of both while we wait. My name is Leah Garcia, like I mentioned before, and I'm an ambitious, sagacious, tenacious, young Latina CEO and entrepreneur at High Tech High School. I'm also a senior. And on top of that, I'm an ambassador for JANJ. And as you can see on the right-hand side, I'm an accredited leader who is a big fan of all the seminars, webinars, and summits they have to offer. So during the pandemic, which was a year and a half long, I started this thing called passion projects. And so some of my main passion projects included being a co-host of a podcast, being a CEO of a nonprofit organization called Consent Us, being an app developer for an app called Motivate You, which I'm confident will be the next futuristic app all of you guys will have on your phone, and also being a varsity captain for my soccer team and collegiate prospect. So we can go to the next slide. And going into the next slide, I'm going to be talking about Consent Us. And Consent Us and Motivate You are some of my biggest passion projects that I embarked on this year and kind of took that leap of faith to get started. So Consent Us is an organization that not only seeks to accomplish success, but also significance in eradicating the stigma around conversations of sexual assault, consent, and body awareness. Our main goal and mission is to create more conscious generations of youth, both men and women, young boys and girls. So with that, during the pandemic, as we all know, we were isolated, we were fearful, we were doubtful, we were alone, we had a virtual school, which definitely wasn't fun in my opinion. And so I started to look and search deep inside myself for my why, my passion and my purpose, and what I wanted to pursue during this pandemic pandemonium. And with that, I created Consent Us. And my best friend and I, we had a conversation. We were like, we don't even remember having a conversation about consent in high school, which was very alarming. And then also I created an app called Motivate You. And the app Motivate You, it gives you the dose, the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins needed to be motivated in unleashing your best self. So both these projects are pretty heavy, and these are my passion projects. And today I'm going to help you guys unlock and unleash your best selves by finding out what your passion and purpose is and how to move forward in not only accomplishing success within that passion and purpose, but also significance. So before we dive in, I just want to go over some reflections and affirmations for you guys, some thought-provoking questions you guys should think about throughout the presentation. One of them is, what is our purpose? Or for Gen Zers like you and myself, what's our reason for living on Earth and being born? Pretty loaded question, I know. Don't worry, you don't have to know the answer to that right now. You don't have to know it in a year or in 5 years. But the purpose of this presentation is to get you brainstorming and feeling confident in taking those next steps. Another one is, so how do we find our why? And that's going to be the biggest word I use throughout the whole seminar is why, right? So how do we find that through love, tolerance, spirit, relationships, and mission? This is a question that you should keep in the back of your mind throughout the whole presentation. And just some affirmations I want you guys to know, like the great Oprah Winfrey, not only giving out cars, but she also created some great slogans. She said, your real job in life is to figure out what it is you're called to do. And honestly, that sounds like a great job to me. So we can move on to the next slide. So finding your why, like I said, it's the most standout, pop out word I'm going to be constantly repeating throughout this presentation. And at the end, you're going to be like, she said why like 100 times. Like, why did she say why? So it begins with passion, your love for something greater than yourself, becoming the leader, change agent, and pursuing your greatness to matter by leaving an indelible mark that can't be erased since you leave the world a better place than you found it. Every day is a constant battle. And during COVID, we definitely experienced this battle. But we must know that there's power in vulnerability and being open with ourselves. You must live each day with intention on who your authentic self is and how you see yourself. You must trust God on your potential and why he created you to do something special, as none of us were an accident. You can go on into that debate with your parents later, but I promise you we weren't an accident. We were all created here for a purpose. And we're beautifully designed to serve and love others. So here are some 6 ways to discover your why. Because like I said, it's a pretty loaded question, and most people don't even figure out their purpose and passion until they're practically retired. So number 1 way is create a vision board. And I know that we talked about, and Christy talked about, there being a special seminar on, creating a vision board, launching yourself into success. And I think that you guys should definitely capitalize on that seminar when you do have a chance, because creating a vision board is definitely one of the most imperative steps in finding your why. Putting together that board of your hobbies, what you love to do, what you do currently, what you see yourself doing, your dreams, because dreams are just goals without a deadline. So the second one is, like I said, your hobbies, following your hobbies. The third is noticing what you post about. We constantly are on social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, our phones, and we post what we post for a reason. It's strategic and there's intention behind it. So if we kind of follow what we're posting and why we're posting it, it'll help us actually in turn find out our why and what we're passionate about. The next is do your research. During the pandemic, I wanted to be a psychiatrist because I was watching one of the shows, Private Practice, on Netflix. And I was like, oh, I like Violet, what she does for a living, and I want to do it. And then I did my research about it. And I was like, maybe that's not the career for me. I like talking, but I don't know if I like listening as much as I like talking. So my patients might get a little upset. So definitely do your research in what you want to do. Explore these different options. Immerse yourself, which is the 5th step. You must immerse yourself, dip your toe into each and every pond. And then when you find it, your why, just submerge the whole foot. And the next one is treat your life as an adventure. Romanticize your life. Start doing the things you think that you wouldn't do or you wouldn't want to do. And just try different things, because that's how we live a fulfilled life. And mastering a life of fulfillment means owning the alignment of your emotional, spiritual, and physical self that establishes a mindset that is fueled by love, kindness, goodness, happiness, peace, joy, care, selflessness, respect, and a successful being that lives and is alive. This person, once you own your alignment in your spiritual, emotional, and your mindset, you will become a person that will light up any room with your energy, your heart, and your passion, because you're living with that purpose. And according to Google, passion is a strong desire that can get you to do amazing things, an emotion that must be acted upon. Your purpose is the reason why you do what you do, your reason for being born, your life's mission, and destiny. So we're gonna go into a little more on how to unlock your purpose and the steps you take to, be confident in achieving that purpose and living it out fully. So we can go on to the next slide. So what do we control? We clearly do not control our DNA. I know that for a fact. And you guys know that as well. But we do control our DEA. And it does not mean Drug Enforcement Agency, because we're not Pablo Escobar's. It means discipline, energy, and attitude, meaning we can forge the pathway of our future. So there should not be any illusion-like limitations limiting your beliefs and your purpose and your passion. You should be confident in taking that step. And like I said, submerging your whole foot in the pond. We can control how we not only establish success, but also the significance to be a transformative leader and the legacy we choose to leave and lead. In doing so, we can create SMART goals and action plans. So SMART is actually an acronym. And my dad growing up, he used a lot of mnemonic devices to help us be confident in what we want to do and be purposeful and passionate in how we live our life. So SMART means strategic, measurable, attainable, relative, and timely. So we want to make sure our goals kind of check off each and every one of those letter boxes when we do make them. And a big thing also is having those action plans, which in the next slides we'll go over. And that's more into bringing your dreams into fruition. See, once you've discovered your why and impetus behind your life, you must plant the seed you need to grow by daring to be what? To be great, and by acting upon your why. And that all stems from confidence in yourself, repetition, and taking that first step and leap. Next is to create a next action plan, milestones, and a not to-do list. And that's not there as a typo, but a not to-do list is basically a to-do list that tells you what not to do. So, for example, a to-do list that helps you with priority management by telling you, don't be or on your phone for 15 minutes watching TikTok. Instead, maybe try new things and discover yourself, your passion, your purpose, and your why. And that's a not to-do list, and it's really helpful. It can apply to all areas of life. It doesn't have to be in priority management or time management, but it can also be in terms of confidence boosters, self-love, and kind of having those reaffirmations and making sure in your not to-do list that you don't put yourself down. That could be something on your not to-do list as well, to build that confidence. The third thing is to work hard and stay not only determined, but also disciplined in accomplishing your goals. And a great way to do this is Pareto rule. So although I'm doing all these different things like co-host of a podcast, president of the Hoboken Youth Reps, J&J ambassador, which I love to do, by the way, and it's such a privilege and honor, and also, CEO of an app that helps motivate others in taking that first step and being confident, and also nonprofit head organizer and project manager. People think, oh, you're spreading yourself really thin. How do you have time to do this, this, and this? With Common App, college applications, it gets really difficult. Trust me, I'm going through that right now. But something that you must do and apply in life is Pareto rule. And Pareto rule is, if you have a list of 10 things and goals you want to accomplish, then you focus on the top 2, the 20%, and the 80% will surely follow after. So that is a great rule that you guys should always practice, preach, and kind of get embedded within your mind. Because if you follow Pareto rule, what you want to achieve in life, it becomes limitless, boundless, and you can do whatever you want. And you can really, really, really live out your purpose, your passion, and your why. We can go to the next slide. So here's some key takeaways. What is your why? So why, like I said, again, I probably said this like 10 times. Your why is your purpose and your passion, your reason for living, the legacy you want to lead and leave. A fulfilled life, that's your why. And how do you get a fulfilled life, and what is it? Well, a fulfilled life is a life in which we not only accomplish and establish success, but also significance. And the first step in doing that is really acting upon your why and being confident in doing what you want to do and what you know God puts you on this earth to do. And maybe you don't know that right now, but even starting small passion projects will help you find your greater significance and meaning in life. It's just about being proactive and productive and starting what you want to do and having the confidence to do it. The next thing is we must lead and leave a legacy that precedes us, succeeds us, and does not need us. It's important that all the passion projects we do are sustainable and that they can occur generationally without us being there. Again, it's about the legacy we lead and the legacy we leave behind. All about turning your dreams into goals. So once you discover your why, you must remove all illusion limitations, beseeching your dreams, and turn them into goals. During the pandemic, like I said, there was isolation, fear, doubt, anxiety. And a big thing in removing all of that was building the confidence and kind of going deep inside myself and having that reflection and seeing what I would like to do and acting upon it. So a dream is simply a goal without a deadline. And it's really important that you guys know that. And a dream is a goal without a deadline, and a goal that without a deadline that we control due to our discipline, energy, and attitude and actions. And the last thing I want you to know from turning your dreams into goals is practicing Pareto rule, which is focusing on that 20% and then allowing the 80% to follow. A big thing nowadays is manifestation, and manifesting your goals, whether it be with the stones you have, whether it be in being more in tune with the spirits or whatever you may believe in, and prayer. And it's not only doing that prayer, but acting upon it and taking those next action steps to not only manifest the goal by speaking it into existence, but also having your actions follow, so that it not only is, spoken out loud into existence, but it actually happens in real life and is brought to fruition. Leading and leaving a legacy. Like I said, a fulfilled life is an established mindset fueled by self-love, belief, confidence, peace, joy, selflessness, and respect. Taking the first step in following through with your goals and taking them seriously so life can take you seriously is how you not only live out your purpose, your passion, and your why, but you live that fulfilled life that, generationally is sustained. And lastly, before I go, I want you guys to think about these passion and purpose-provoking questions. Some of them are not as loaded as, why were you put on this earth? But I just want you to write them down and kind of think of them as we go throughout the whole seminar. While Sonia speaks, while we go into the breakout rooms, have that open forum, I want you guys to think about this. And the first one is, what motivates you up in the morning and start your day? And I know we wake up in the morning because we sometimes have to because of school, but I really want you to dawn on that question and be open-minded. Have that growth mindset and think and reflect upon why you wake up every morning. Why you wake up every morning in a good mood. What motivates you to start your day and accomplish X, Y, and Z, and have these little tasks that you accomplish, to create your not to-do list, to follow out with Pareto's rule. The next thing I want you guys to think about is, if you could achieve anything in life, what would you want to achieve, right? And, a subset question of that is, when you leave this earth, what would you be remembered for? Or what would you want to be remembered for? Because we don't know what we're going to be remembered for in the future. But if we do take those steps now in, living out our passion, our purpose, and our why, and at least start thinking about it, we can get a hint and a taste of what we will be remembered for in the future. I want to thank you guys so much for sitting through this webinar, for listening to my words, and I really this helps you guys not only find your passion, your purpose, and your why, but start brainstorming about it, taking that first step, being confident in it, and doing what you need to do to be empowered and be the CEOs of your own life, be the leaders, the queens that you guys are and were born to be. I want to thank Christy for the opportunity and privilege to empower these fellow young female leaders like myself to pursue and discover their why, which again is your passion and your purpose. I want to thank JAMJ for educating girls like myself to do the unthinkable and be unstoppable in pursuing our greatness. And I want to thank Sonia for hosting this seminar with me, and thank all of you beautiful ladies for taking the first step in making a difference and leaving a legacy. Here on the page, well, it's not really a page, it's actually the notebook, because that was the whole theme of the slides. The back of the notebook, I have my contact info. Consent Us is currently taking rolling applications. So applied for project manager, for graphic designer, content marketing executive. You can do that on our Instagram, which is Consentus NPO. And also, please, if you have a chance, please follow Htown_breakdown, because these two accounts will be revolutionary. And we'd love for you guys to be a part of the mission, the legacy that we're leaving and leaving behind. So thank you.
All right, Leah, thank you so much for those fantastic words of wisdom and for inspiring all of us, certainly myself and my whole team. We thank you for all the hard work you've done putting into this presentation. And I'm thinking if it's okay with you, I would love to post this on our website so that students can access this wonderful notebook after today, if that's okay.
Oh my God, I'd love that.
All right,
I'd love that.
Great. So we will post this. I know there's a lot of great information on here. I'll post this on our website. And we thank you. And Sonia and Leah and I spent a lot of time on the phone and emails over the summer talking about this and making it happen. So thankful to both of you. So Sonia, you've got some great ideas, and now we're going to hear from our other student ambassador, Sonia, who's going to share a little bit about how she kind of discovered her why and what you are doing as far as next steps. So Sonia, please say hello and share a little bit about some of the things that you're thinking about with us, please.
Hi everyone, I'm Sonia Klein and I'm a junior now at Huddington Central in Flemington, New Jersey. So basically I'm not as far along as Leah is, obviously, and it's really nice to listen to her. Like I'm a junior, I'm 16 years old. I don't have it all figured out yet. I know I want to make a change. And so I hope you guys feel the same way. You don't have to feel that way. Obviously, you don't need to figure out everything. You don't need to know what you want to do or develop an app. You just have to care about something. And so over the pandemic, I realized that I really wanted to make a change, like somehow in this world, because during the pandemic, we had a lot of time to sit and think. And so I started talking to some of my teachers, and they recommended that, like, if I wanted to begin like a passion project, I should make a list of things that matter to me. So I did. I put like deforestation and all the buildings and clearing out of ecosystems, which I see around me, health and fitness, environment, mental health and combating those issues, giving support to our military, traffic, car emissions, overuse of water, leadership, and then building meaningful relationships, education. So it's just a list of things that matter to me. And I looked at it long and hard, and I was like, what can I really actually do something about? So I've been planning on doing things. So first, the whole environment thing is like really what I clicked on, because I realized that that's really going to be an issue that's super important in the future. I don't know if any of you guys care about the environment or like passionate about that or want to make a change with global warming, but that's what I figured out. I think that's what I want to do. So I've been talking to a lot of teachers, and then I talked to Christy and I talked to Leah. And it's always about talking to people, getting ideas. So at first, initially, I thought about like an organization of teenagers, because there's adult groups of climate advocates, then there's no like completely teenage groups. And so at first I shot a little too big in my head, and I was like, let's get the entire United States and get a bunch of teenagers and make them care about the environment. I was like, that's not going to work. So like maybe start small. And then I reached out to some people over the internet, and they said it's easy to start an organization, but it's hard to keep it going. And so I was like, that's fair. And so I was thinking maybe I'm going to start a local chapter of like an environmental group, because I want to get experience with that kind of thing first before I start like a big group if I ever do. So like bringing something to Huddington County, which is where I live. And then, it's easier to start an existing group. And then I'm at the age like where I'm able to make a change, so I should try. And then I was thinking I would either talk at my county commissioners, like talk to the like the town council about the land preservation and that kind of thing. So just talking to people. And then I also it's like I want to do something for the environment like that way. And I was talking to my teacher about it, and he said I could make a children's book about it, because I expressed that I wanted to just go and knock down all these new buildings that people built. And he was saying, make a children's book about like the Envirowoman or something. So that's something I've been thinking about doing, making a book. So if anyone knows how to draw, hit me up. But I just want to make a change, and I'm trying to figure it out still. I haven't done, I've done stuff, but like I haven't really taken these plans to action. But that just like shows you guys, you don't have to be like Leah right now. You don't have to have everything done, all figured out. But as long as you're at the first steps, like writing things that matter and then thinking about how you can actually do that, it would you're gonna do great things. So if anyone wants to talk to me, I could put my information in the chat. If you know how to draw, and we can make a book together. If anyone has any ideas and wants to join anything, start something, you can do whatever you want. You're still young, so don't stress out. I'm still young. You do you.
That's fantastic. And Sonia, what wonderful advice. You do you, because what we all have our different goals and beliefs and passions. And to your point, not everybody's a Leah, right? I only found my passion 10 years ago when I started with JA. But it's so important to keep having those conversations. And Sonia, you're following such a great path, talking to people and getting information, because that really is the first step. And again, we're building this great network. So this is a great place where we can kind of share ideas with each other. And our network is going to continue to grow. So thank you so much for that. And yes, please go ahead and drop your email in the chat, Sonia. And I saw some of our projects last year. Yes, we have some artists who are involved with Junior Achievement, Women's Future Leadership Academy for sure. So thank you so much, Sonia, for sharing. And before we go into our breakouts, I'm just going to turn it over to my colleague, Tracy Anderson, who is.
Thank you for the opportunity. I forgot to say that.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome. And thank you, Sonia, for your leadership. And thank you, Leah, for such a great program. Tracy, my colleague, Tracy, she started with JA as a mentor and really liked what she did here. So I asked her to come and say a couple words about how she has found her why through JA and what she's doing. So Tracy, welcome.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Christy. I am so beyond inspired and motivated to hear all of you guys talk. I mean, Sonia and Leah, I am blown away, and that you do you. I am a firm believer in that. Do your own thing, stay in your lane, take your time. I think that's extremely important, especially in today's society. It's so easy to get thrown off with what other people are doing, but it's important to just stay connected to what you want to pursue. But I am the senior manager of marketing and communications for Junior Achievement. And I figured I could give you like a backstory of like my history and why I feel so passionate about Junior Achievement. But it's such a collaborative organization that I work with the interns, including the amazing Kayla and Sanjana and Oriana. They're all amazing in their own ways. They contribute so much to the organization that I can only speak. I could just go on and on and on about them. And Christy has been so supportive and helpful, but this is the kind of community that I wanted to be a part of. And it took me a long time to find an organization like this that I really felt so wholeheartedly happy with, and I feel content. But my background is in marketing and communications. I went to Muhlenberg College in Allentown, Pennsylvania for my undergrad, and for grad school, I went to Rutgers University, studied communications, both in undergrad and for my graduate studies. I knew that I wanted to stay in that realm somehow, some way. My internships in college, I interned at El Al Airlines, an Israeli airline company, and I did public relations there. And then I went to publishing. I worked at Condé Nast and I did sales and advertising there. So it's just, I wanted to get as much experience as possible because I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, because it's so easy to hear about different types of jobs out there, and it's consuming and it's confusing because every industry is different. So my advice to everyone is just never give up on an opportunity that's given to you. Just take the plunge, see how it goes, and then you learn from it. But after that, I worked in the market research sector for a long time. I was happy. I learned a lot. It built a really strong foundation for myself, but it wasn't something that I wanted to pursue forever. But I didn't know my why at the time. I won't say my age, but I'm still fairly young, I think. But I just didn't know what I wanted to do. It's tough. It's hard when you see like some of your friends pursuing really exciting things and you're not exactly where you want to be, but you know that you have that drive and that passion. And I was at a crossroads in 2019 and I was actively looking for a new job. And I literally Googled and I found Junior Achievement and I figured, you know what, I really want to get into volunteering. So I did. And then it turned into a part-time job where I was an associate and I worked, I helped to facilitate and manage these two programs that they run, BizTown and Finance Park. And I found my why. Like it was in that moment. And I remember so vividly because it gave me a sense of empowerment. It gave me some kind of motivation. I knew that I wanted to pursue something in the nonprofit sector. So afterwards, luckily, they were looking for someone to fill a marketing communications role. And I fell right into that. I was very lucky, but I also believe in manifestation because I manifested this. I did. So Leah, I agree with you. If you manifest and you believe in what you want to pursue, you can get there. It takes a lot of time, but I am happy to say that I am just so beyond excited to be here, part of the organization, and really doing something that I love and I enjoy. It's evolving. It's constantly changing. That's the best part about the organization too, is just that it's never like a day that you can predict. It's constantly evolving. But I do have some advice for everyone. And I wish that I had an outlet like this when I was starting out, because years ago, we didn't have these kind of resources. We didn't have these platforms to connect with people in this way. So I applaud all of you for even taking this first step to get online, to communicate with each other and to share your experiences, because it wasn't like that years ago. And it's funny how things change rapidly within the matter of a couple of years. We have these platforms now where we can connect. And I advise you all to take advantage of that. But first and foremost, ask a lot of questions. Ask so many questions, whether it's in school, any kind of jobs, any kind of internships. Ask questions. There is no question that is a stupid question. There's no question that's irrelevant. Ask anything and everything, because I think a common issue with a lot of people starting out in their careers is that, you assume. And it's important to get clarification in the beginning stages, so you can just do the most effective and the best work that you can. And also going into that, there will also always be mistakes. You will make mistakes. It's inevitable. You will always make mistakes, but that's how you learn. So do not be afraid of making mistakes in school, in internships, in jobs. That's how you learn. You take note of it and then you keep moving forward. Network and find a mentor. Easier said than done, but this is a really good platform to do it. So if in the future you will have amazing people on here, a lot of these mentors, these people that are in the workforce in so many different types of industries that will come on here, they will extend themselves to you and take them up on it. Email them, connect with them, get on LinkedIn. Just keep that relationship going, because that is how you gain opportunities. It's not gonna knock on your door. It never will. You have to go out there and get it. And also, lastly, be agile, be adaptable. You guys know this because you're young, and as you get older, it's harder to be adaptable, but just enjoy everything that you're doing and explore different opportunities. Again, just be flexible with everything. Just know that it's always going to change. But that's mostly it. That's all I got. But I'm happy to be here with everyone and learning from you too.
Well, thank you so much, Tracy. And we really appreciate your time and your story. And it is a pleasure to work with you. So on that note, we are going to move into some quick breakout sessions where we'll have a chance to kind of share our own thoughts and ideas. And I've posted, hopefully my PowerPoint is back up. Can everybody see the talking points here? Oh, thank you, Sonia. So again, these are the questions that Leah posted earlier in her notebook presentation. So we're going to go into 3 little breakout rooms, and I've kind of spread out our student ambassadors and our interns. So student ambassadors, interns, if you guys could kind of take the lead on these conversations, you know how it goes. We have about 5 people in each group, but we're just going to have a 10-minute little conversation. And we encourage all of you to answer these questions. If you don't know the answer, it's okay. Again, this is the first step. But these are the questions. What motivates you to wake up in the morning and start your day? If you could achieve anything in life, what would you be? And what would you want to be remembered for? All right, so those are the questions, okay? And again, we're going to go into the breakout sessions. Either our student ambassadors or our interns, when you're in there, go ahead and take the lead, have everyone do quick introductions. And then students, everybody answer one or more of these questions. Welcome back. How did everybody do? Kayla, how did everybody do there?
It was so good. We had really awesome conversation, and just hearing all of them see what's really important to them and what they want to accomplish out of their life was really awesome.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you all for participating. So we'll wait for everybody else to come back, and then we'll just do a couple closing remarks before we all go have dinner.
Awesome. And I'm back to back. So thanks so much, Christy, for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Kayla. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Take care, guys.
Hi, Kayla. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. All right. So first of all, how did it go in the Zoom breakouts? It's our first time doing Zoom breakouts. How was that? Did it work okay?
Yeah, it worked nicely.
Oh, good. All right. Excellent. Thank you. So before we close the meeting, I just wanted to thank again our speakers. Welcome our new faces who have joined us. I see some familiar faces and some new faces. So if this is your first time joining the Women's Future Leadership Academy, we welcome you. We hope that you are able to join as many sessions as possible. And stay involved with the Academy. Again, all the sessions are open. At any time, you can join any of the sessions that you like. I also wanted to give a shout out to Leah and Destiny who have joined. And Leah and Destiny are going to be speaking to our State Board of Directors in a couple weeks. We are always looking for students who have really gone above and beyond to speak to our board members. And Leah and Destiny are going to be doing that in a couple of weeks. So Leah and Destiny, thank you in advance. I know you guys are going to be amazing. If you'd like to stay involved in junior achievement, there are plenty of opportunities to get more involved, like speak to our board members, or speak at our meetings, or again, eventually be a student ambassador, like many of our students who have joined, or become an intern. So again, on behalf of all of us, we thank you for joining. Thank you again to our speakers and all of you for participating. We hope to see you next week for our session on college readiness. Please share with your teachers, share with your friends. We really want to build this network. We hope you have a wonderful evening, and we will see you hopefully next week. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you. Thank you, girls. Thank you,
Thank you,
Christy.
everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.